Hi Scorpio, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading, and today we have a super interesting reading. Yeah, we do. We have a lot of cards here, and there is a big story, right? And there is, and these are really some serious cards. The overall energy in the reading is the Ace of Cups. It's right here. We also have the Ace of Cups over here. The Nine of Cups is here, and yeah, we'll talk about the story in just a moment. Hope you guys are well. If you guys would like your own psychic reading, you may get one. And yes, they're accurate. It's not this isn't any hokey BS. No, it's not. I'm a silver grad. And yeah, they are accurate. They really are. So those are a lot of fun. You can get a tarot reading with it. We usually start with the psychic, then we go into the tarot. And I would always recommend getting the combination because there is different insight offered in both. Yeah, there is. And if you love somebody or you care about somebody and you want to know where they're coming from, it's a really good idea. Or if you don't trust somebody, right? Yeah, okay. So let's get into it here. We tried to put the higher vibe first, right? We did. And, we have patience over here, Scorpio. We start the reading, the oracle spread with that. And you've been dealing with something here, and it's kind of a life, I would say, not kind of, I would say it's a life changing uh, cycle. Kind of a serious time in your life. I would definitely say so, right? Scorpio is the planet of regeneration, so you guys are going to be all right. Yeah, you are. And yeah, so we start with patience. This talks about you having some type of a problem, and you're trying to either shift it or solve it or something like that. But this talks about, of course, right? This is what we always do, especially Scorpio. They're deep thinkers, right? Of course, they are. They are intense. They can be intense as well. But this because of Pluto, right, which is a planet of death and transformation. This is depth, right? Intensity, uh, deep underneath, things that are underneath. So Scorpio is, intense because of all that is unseen with Pluto, right? Yeah. Or deep, I should say, right? The underworld is deep, and we're not talking about the mafia underworld. No, we're not. We're talking about the psychic world. Yeah. And so you guys can be really deep. But there is something deep here, is my point. And this patience card, it talks about kind of, like dealing with this, but there's something that you were trying to solve or shift, and it says to basically embrace it because there's something to be learned from that. It could be like an acceptance, right? Well, okay, I didn't really want it like that, but you know what? I've learned this whole new lesson, and yeah, it's really interesting about like learning lessons, right? Because we begin to come full circle, or we do come full circle in our lives when we learn. When we learn life lessons, yeah, not learn how to make, chicken cacciatore, although that's, one of my favorites, right? But yeah, if you guys ever had that, if it's made well, it's the best. Yeah, you can have it over rice or you can have it over pasta, right? So, we have work here, and this card talks about things that kind of consume you. Now, you could have been really focusing on this. That's really what the work card means. And this can be about work. This can be kind of symbolic, right, of what you're dealing with, because you could be dealing with maybe an employment issue. I feel like this is love, but it could be both, right? Yeah, and with the Ace of Cups showing up, it's not just about romantic love. No, it's not. In fact, I mean, I love romantic love because I'm a hopeless romantic. Well, sort of, right? But, at least I was before. I still am. Yeah, I am. And so, that work card, though, this can be about self love, is my whole point, and which is really the most important, right? Isn't it? Yeah, it is, right? Right? How do you go through life without self love, right? Yeah. Yeah, and so, here we have work, but I feel like you've been kind of consumed with this whole situation that you've been trying to solve or shift. And here is the magnifying glass to further confirm the shifting, the attempt to shift or change or solve or fix or reckon with, whatever that is, right? We also have the throne, and this is the position of authority. It is, right? You could be saying, I'm the queen or I'm the king, right? You could, maybe position of authority, right? Here's the throne. And so, we also have great worry about nothing. Maybe you are a little, this could be about employment, right? But you could be also concerned about your power. Scorpio is about power. Yeah, it is. It's a very powerful sign in intensity, and there's, other things definitely, right? And Scorpios always want to know why or what's hidden because of Pluto, right? Yeah. Right. The planet is about the occult and things that are hidden or unknown and things like that, right? You guys could be hiding things too, right? Yeah, it's possible. That's okay, right? Yeah, not everybody needs to know everything, right? No, they don't. So, this great worry about nothing is here. I feel like you are coming to a reconciliation, a reckoning is the better word. Yeah, maybe you're reconciling with somebody, but I feel like what you're doing here is reckoning, accepting something, and you're actually gaining from it. You thought you were not going to, you thought you were just going to lose. It does appear that way, yeah, but you're coming out on top, Scorpio. I feel like you are. Now, we have the imprisonment card, so this was really, for a long time, it was really hard for you to figure that out. Maybe a long time, maybe a short time, but whatever's in here is really important. So I don't think this was, you thought about it for a day or a night or, hey, I'm done. And no, I feel like you were in prison for a while about this, really stuck. Uh, mm-hmm. And this guy's in jail, right? And, hopefully you were not in jail, right? No. But, this is more symbolic, right? This is about being stuck. And we also have the high honor card. So you might feel here that it's possible that you are not completely honored in a position. I feel like that's it. Now, it may not be at work, it may be in love. But you feel like somebody didn't like give you your props here. That's kind of how it looks here. And you could maybe feel like this person's moving away to go and maybe give it to somebody else, give their high honor to somebody else. That could be it, right? And for some of you guys, maybe you are, high honor military or police. That could be, right? That could also be because they're showing the military, right? And they are paying honor to somebody who has passed away. That's what they're doing. In the United States, I think they do that at Arlington Cemetery. I forget, but I hope they still do it because there's less and less honor as the days go by. Yeah, I feel like there is. And if you know of any good one, then give honor yourself, right? Yeah, exactly, right. So, but yeah, I feel like in this reading, and you have been seeking answers because here's the eye, right? Or you got new eyeshadow, just teasing, right? And we have the peacock, and this is craving and renewal. So whatever this was, splendor, this can be splendor, right? But whatever this was here that has troubled you, I feel like you might be thinking that somebody in this reading wanted a new beginning with somebody else. You could be doing that. You could have also, this could be you wanting a new beginning with somebody else too. That could be the case here. It's really going to depend. But the major message in this reading, Scorpio, is that you're coming out on top with either major wisdom. And I feel like what you are doing in this reading basically is honoring yourself. Yeah, I feel like you are most likely, for some of you guys, you're coming out on top and saying, well, hey, I'm just gonna, you know what, this like wasn't my fault. Yeah, I'm not gonna you know, I'm not gonna get on my own case because of something out of my control. And that's what this great worry of nothing. I don't feel like it was really nothing, but these no. But these cards are just to give you a little hint here. They're not to, fix your life exactly, right? Or fix the situation exactly. They're to, offer us little tidbits here. And so I feel like you are going to come out. Overall, you're in the end, you're going to triumph here. And I feel like you are here. And so we have here in the heart of the matter is this wish here, and somebody, this could have been the wish you wanted here. But I feel like you are either releasing yourself from that or somebody has released you from it. But you're going to move on here in this. Yeah, this is a transition. This is not forever. No, heck no. So up here, Scorpio, we have, uh, mhm. Yeah, we have what's crowning you. Now, these three cards here, what could be crowning you here? It's right next to this imprisonment and this, and the high honor and also the magnifying glass here. So, what's crowning you is like, this is somebody's returning somewhere here with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Swords. You might have wanted to return to a position of authority or career, or somebody here's doing that. I feel like somebody's returning to possibly another person in this reading. You may have wanted to do this yourself as well. But definitely there's something here that is very similar to this, and it has caused you worry. It has. Great worry. Yeah. And there's something in this reading that, like, well, there's nothing I can do about it, so why should I go on and suffer? Right? Or why should I go on and keep thinking about it, or regrinding it, or reprocessing it? Okay, yeah. It looks like there's kind of like trapped emotions to kind of be released here, and by somebody here. Now, these right here, you guys, is the crown. This is what's crowning you here. The Eight of Swords. You felt like I was stuck, and you couldn't do anything about this, and when we feel that way, there needs to be a release, right? Release somebody who's a jerk, maybe. Okay, yeah, I'm not calling any names out here, right? We don't have any names, and right, of course not. But maybe somebody. I feel like somebody needed to be released. I feel like this whole worry needs to be released, and you're doing it. But it has been difficult. I'd say it might have been difficult. I feel like this is looking at the end of this. Like whatever problem this is, you're moving on here, but I feel like you are. But I feel like it was a little difficult at first. And I feel like now you are kind of just going, hey, that's the way it is. Right? You're not going to beat yourself up over something that you don't have control over. The interesting thing in this reading, though, is I can see your power in this reading. Yeah. And I see the imprisonment card and the magnifying glass. Like, what am I going to do about this in the Eight of Swords? But your power is here. Yeah, your power is coming through in the reading. It is. Yeah, and your intelligence. Yeah, I'm reading for somebody who's intelligent, right? Not just myself. Just kidding, Scorpio, right? So but there a cycle's being let go here, and somebody could be returning to something here. Now the world card is here, so we know there's a major lesson learned, right? And somebody is getting their wish here, but that is and I feel like that bothered you here. But in the end here, you're moving on to a more powerful place in your life. Yeah, you are. And you're moving on with wisdom. It's almost like when you're in a situation and you really wanted it, right? It's kind of like, I mean, I could say, maybe you wanted to move somewhere in particular, just as an example. You wanted to move, maybe by your best friend, and you couldn't move there because, when you were a kid, because your parents didn't want to live on that block or in that neighborhood. So your parents go live somewhere else, but it's such a better place. Yeah. So you've learned in that you know what, really wasn't supposed to have that, because this is so much better for me. And there was some type of hassle, living on that block. Maybe, I don't know, Thuggy Teresa lived next door, or Thuggy Teddy, right? Or something like that, right? Or, you guys know what I mean. And there's no Teddys or there's no Teresas here, okay, you guys? In case that's your name, right? There's not. But I'm just saying, just throwing out random names, of course. But, there's something here that I feel like you're starting to understand that in this reading. Like this really wasn't meant to be, and this kind of happened. Whatever happened here, I feel like you're understanding that this was fate, or this was supposed to. Everything that happens in our life is supposed to happen. Yeah, we still have free will, so that's why we get our astrology chart too, right? Because we see the cycles and we go, oh, and then we see our strengths and weaknesses. We go, I'm not going to do that anymore. So this is how we have more power with awareness. Free will's great, but if you don't have any awareness about, about your life map, your life chart, your natal chart, or other things that are very important here, wisdom, your own emotions, trapped emotions in your life. If you don't really have wisdom on those things, about those things, then it's hard to exert or use your own free will because it's not being used with wisdom. Yeah, it's not, right? Yeah, but in this reading, you are coming full circle here. No worries. Over here is the past, or somebody is beginning to leave something in the past here. I feel like in this reading, there's probably a love interest. This is probably a relationship. I feel like it is. For some, it is about work. Yeah, for some. Now, over here in the past, Scorpio, is this energy here, or what's somebody's leaving this in the past. Now, a choice has been made in this reading. The Seven of Cups is here. It's over here, right? And and that guy's, he's trying not to get himself in trouble with this choice, right? The snake's around his waist, and and then here's the skull and the lizard, and all this stuff. Here's another snake, and yeah, there's some good things. There's some jewels, and but the Seven of Cups can typically be about be careful about the choice that you make. But somebody has definitely made a choice here, and I feel like it was careful. I feel like it took time because it's showing up twice here, so it was a significant choice, right? Yeah, nobody, yeah, don't be like a Sagittarian and go, boom, I like that. Woo, woo, right on, right? So that gets us in trouble, right? But over here, somebody here has already made a choice here. And it's in love here with the Ace of Cups twice in the reading, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, so it is about love for the most, for most of you. Now we have down here, this is down here, this is either about to, what somebody is kind of, what is leaving somebody's life influences, and or, I say and or a new, like something that is about to happen, right? It's kind of like this world card. The world card can be, it can be a long cycle, many cycles kind of, or many lessons, or, just experiences. And then one day it's boom, it's over, or we live in a new world kind of. Yeah, that's kind of how it is with the world card. It can be either or, but over here, something's ending here. We have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Death card in the reading too. And this Four of Pentacles, if you can see the card, also has a skeleton, right? Yeah, it's not because he hasn't been eating, it's because he's dead, right? It's the Death card with the Four of Pentacles holding on. So there's an ending because somebody's holding on to something else here. Somebody's returning to somebody because we have the Six of Swords right here, reversed. So somebody's returning to some old cycle, I don't really want to say old, but like a repeating cycle. They're returning to something here. I think that has troubled you. You may have wanted to return yourself. But I feel like this is, it could have been like that. But there is an ending here and there's a new beginning. And there's a major lesson being learned here. You might be saying, I don't want to learn anything, right? But Scorpios, as an intense sign, and deep thinkers because of Pluto, right, and the occult and things that are hidden, mystery and things like that. They are deep thinkers, right? They're also psychics. Yeah, they can be psychologists. I mean, it goes on and on. Okay, detectives for sure. And here's your little detective thing, Scorpio, right here, right? Because you guys want to know what's underneath, right? You do. You want to know what's underneath and why, right? Why is it there? Yeah, okay. So here we have in the near future, we have this King of Pentacles. I'm not sure if the King of Pentacles is relevant here. Let me see. Is he the only king in this reading? Yeah, he is. Interesting. But hey, the high priestess is here. I feel like that could be you. We have a Libra over here. Yeah, and we have the Fool. This is Aries. We have the Chariot, Cancer. There's a lot of folks here, right? Yeah, and you represent the World card and the Death card. Uh, and then, Capricorn showing up over here too. But, Pisces is also the high priestess. The Empress is here too. Just about everybody on the block is here except Jenny. Yeah. And yeah, she's not invited today, right? She has her own situation. and and so, over here, somebody's getting in their chariot to move into some type of a new cycle here. Yeah. And I feel like, this reading can also be about you're in a relationship with somebody and they're moving on to be in another relationship and you are trying to figure that out here. Yeah, with this magnifying glass, you're like, well, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. That's what that's about, right? He's looking at this kind of like Lenormand card really close, right? These kind of I have these same cards, but they're, the different version, right? And they're right here. But basically, and that is from this deck too, right? But basically, it's this magnifying glass is trying to really see up close what's going on, or really deep. We have Scorpio down here. We have the Fool, the Death card, and the Seven of Cups. This is showing up here as somebody leaving, influences leaving somebody's life. So somebody already chose an ending here. They chose a transformation as well. The interesting thing about Scorpios is you guys can deal with transformation and endings because you're able to regenerate easier than other signs because of your planet Pluto. Yeah, it's very cool. I was doing a rune reading for this one chick one time we were camping. And I was telling her, I go, oh, your mom, somebody here can't deal with an ending. And she goes, that's my mom. And, mama didn't want her to move out. And she was a Scorpio. She goes, and she goes, yeah, she goes, I realize in my life that there's endings in life and we have to deal with it. Because she was Scorpio. So you guys, in the end, you guys are dealing with this the way I'm saying. So yeah, and now we have somebody, yeah, and so now we have, right here, we have your work or your home. Justice is a decision here because of the Seven of Cups twice. Right? Now, this Eight of Pentacles here is with the Three of Wands. He's letting the bird go. This is about the future. He's also depicted turning his back here. His back's turned. The Eight of Pentacles here. So this is either at home or at work. And I was basically saying that. This is either about a relationship or love or at your job. So for some, it is about work. We have the work card over here. But here, you're letting go of something here. You're letting go of somebody, or they're letting go of you here. A decision's made, and there is some type of inspiration. This definitely could be about work because the Eight of Pentacles, the guy's at work. But I feel like for most of you, it's about love, and it may be about both. But a decision has been made, and this decision is based on somebody, what they think is wise. This definitely wasn't any fly-by-night decision. All right, tomorrow morning I'm going to have Pop-Tarts, and I'm going to figure this out. No, and don't have Pop-Tarts, guys. Let's see what we have, you guys. Yeah, and we have in your hopes and fears here. I feel like you're afraid somebody's going to be single here. You could be Scorpio. You could be afraid to be on your own here, the Nine of Pentacles. It's possible. Here's the Two of Cups and the Five of Cups with it. So there's some type of sad or regretful ending here. And we know somebody's letting something go. This man's letting this other man drown. And he's making him sad, but he's letting him go. And we're not, of course we're not talking about anybody over at the pool or the ocean. No. This is also symbolic, right? Of course. This is your hopes and fears, but you're going to come out on top, Scorpio. I can totally tell. And why do I say that? Because I can feel the strength in this reading. Yeah, I can feel the strength. I don't feel like it was let this way right away. No, I feel like it was difficult. But I feel like you're coming out on top. So let's see what we have here. We have the renewal for you too. We have right here, we have the peacock. Okay. Now in the outcome here, we have the devil, the high priestess, and the two of wands. So you're feeling stuck here that uh, I feel like you feel stuck that somebody's moving on here. Or that they've made some type of a choice for movement in their life. There may have been a secret here. There may have been. You could have been doing all this yourself, Scorpio. You could have been the one here that made a choice to move on from somebody as well, right? Because of everything I've talked about. But in the end, you're going to be A-okay. And let's see here. Let's see what we got for Scorpio. Let's get one card for Scorpio. Let's see what we got for Scorpio here. Let's see what we have for the near future for Scorpio. For the near future, we're just pulling a random card for the near future for Scorpio, please. And we have the Tower. So, that is your card as well here. But, the Tower is a powerful realization. And although we see the Tower, oh God, the Tower, oh gee, right? My friend used to always say that to me, a while ago. But no, the Tower is something needs to come down. It's no longer good in your life. Let it go. Let it burn. And that's what you're doing here. Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. If you guys want to book a reading with me, the calendar link is below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.